Hi, welcome to the Talent Jack Search Show. My name is Crystal, and I am the new host. I am from Madison, Wisconsin, and I also enjoy playing music, so I'm really excited to introduce this band today. First, I guess we will start out with their names and what their role is in the band. And we'll start with you, John.
Yeah, hey, Crystal, I'm John. I sing in the band and play guitar.
Awesome. And Heather?
Hi, yes. I'm Heather. I sing in the band and maybe do, ensemble type things with the band, anything that sounds good. So.
Awesome.
I'm Niall, and I play keyboards.
Awesome.
Jeff, I play guitar and I also sing.
And I'm Eric on drums.
Cool. Thank you. So what is your, what would you say is your creative process for writing music? So do you just like go in and just write a whole bunch of songs at once, or do you just kind of like put pieces together as you go?
Yeah, so somebody comes up with an idea. Maybe it's Heather, maybe it's Jeff, maybe it's me, maybe it's Niall. Has an idea for a part, perhaps, and then we'll get together and see if we can kind of jam it into something that's kind of concrete.
Sure.
And some of us are really good at, like Jeff's really great with chord structures, so he's going to be thinking about how the music moves and the kind of math of the music. And
Sure.
Heather's kind of has this great sensibility of kind of stretching it out and giving it some emotion and soul, and
Sure.
I just get in the way of everybody else. And no, I'm kind of rhythm guitarist, so I'm really interested in the rhythm. And Steve, who's not here today, and Eric, they're going to kind of glue it together with a real solid backbeat.
Sure.
And then Niall, he's the guy that sprinkles the magic. He comes up with these great keyboard melody lines and just gives it this kind of feel that we can't get anywhere else.
I tend to wait until everyone else is finished, and then I'll be like, sorry, I haven't come up with a part yet. And then suddenly it'll be like, oh, dum 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 dum, and then fine.
Awesome.
Just the right thing.
Yeah.
Cool. So the other thing is, I noticed that your sound, it kind of sounds like Beatles-ish, right? Like the Beatles or whatever.
Well,
Is that like an inspiration you have? Or?
well, I'm going to let Jeff. I mean, Jeff's the one who's got answer that.
Okay.
My love of chords and all that comes from Beatles stuff.
Sure.
I have not. You can't run away from where you first hear things and learn. That's how I learned to play guitar. But I definitely have moved beyond it, and we hope to kind of make it swing and hopefully have a little bit of soul at times. And
That's great.
yeah, I think we're all a little music geeky.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so we and I think that's the thing that makes it interesting
Sure.
is you bring all these parts together.
Right.
And the parts is what makes any band unique because nobody has the same listening experience.
Absolutely. That's great. What about unexpected inspiration? Like,
Yeah.
could you name off, like each of you name something like that was unexpected? Like you were in the shower one day and you're like, oh my gosh, I just thought of a song or something.
Well, individually, that happens every day, I'm sure, to every
Sure.
one of us. I mean, oh, yeah, that'd be kind of hot,
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least I do, but I think, like, with me, with this band, I kind of came in, so I'm kind of a newbie, but to them. So with anything, it's just, like, trying to, like, balance them and just trying to get everybody to open up and, just communicate differently, because we are different. We all have different backgrounds. I mean, Jeff here does Beatles, tribute bands and stuff in town.
Sure.
And everybody does their individual things. So, it's just, I think, like, for me personally, I just kind of feel like
Yeah.
it's nice when people, I learn a lot from what they do. And
Sure.
they might
Yeah.
try to understand what I do.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
it's really nice.
Here's the
you
thing,
know.
the way I look at it, right, there's one Prince.
Mhm.
Like, play everything, do everything, like, just superstar, everything he does is fantastic, right? But the rest of us, we're going to have to find people to work off of. And if I tried to do everything, I couldn't do everything, but even if I tried to, it would just sound one-dimensional.
Sure.
So, Eric's going to play a beat that I'm not expecting him to play, right?
Sure.
And part of my brain is saying, hey, why didn't he just play it
Yeah.
straight? But the other part of me saying, hey, this could take it a real interesting direction.
Sure.
And so it's that tension that really makes things take off.
Sure. Well, that leads me to my next question is communication. You said you're newer to the band?
Yeah, like, I'm like, okay, everybody, open up. Breathe with me, you know. I mean, I kind of do get like that. I'm kind of guilty of that. But, you know, I mean, what else are you going to do but breathe at the end of everything, right? You know,
Right.
so I think that's just kind of like what we do. We breathe, we communicate, we text. I mean, honestly, everybody, I mean, they were a family before I came, but like, the adopted sister from
Yeah.
England. No, I'm just kidding. No, basically, you know, it's like, okay, you know, I have a new family. So
Yeah.
that's how I feel about them all, actually.
That's great.
Yeah.
I have trouble communicating sometimes with the rest of the band because I'm like a huge chord anal retentive. So I'm like, hey, what if we put like a B major seventh added sixth with a flattened fourth in here or whatever, and then everyone else is like, yeah.
Yeah, whatever that means, just play it.
Whatever that,
Yeah.
See, because that's
If it works.
because you know
Yeah.
music's that's our common language too. So
Sure.
sometimes that's the best way. Just let that kind of communicate.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, Steve's not here, but he's one of the things that he said early on when we were working together really, really struck me. Just talking about people's musical vocabulary and how what he tries to do is he tries to listen to other people's vocabulary and see if we can work it into what it is they know. So he's
Sure.
trying to meet people where they are, which again I think is part of our success.
It's funny because, like, when I first joined the Periodicals, like, Steve was like, uh-oh, that's your daddy over there in the corner playing the bass, you know? I mean, he just kind of has, like, this, like, I'm watching you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, Steve, I'm sorry. But no, he really is the greatest person, though. But, you know, he has experience, you can tell that. And, you know, sometimes,
big time.
yeah, and they tell me about some of the things that Steve says, and I'm like, yeah, you know, that's somebody with wisdom. So
Yeah.
I think everybody respects everybody's individual, you know, piece of it, because
Sure.
at the end of the day, you know, we're stuck playing with each other.
Right. Yeah.
He's a man of very few words, but
Yeah.
when he says them, they tend to matter.
Yeah, you listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you were talking about the Beatles, though. My dad actually taught me guitar. He taught me classical guitar when I was like I started like when I was 8, and so I learned finger picking first. And I was just like, no, I just want electric guitar, and I just want to play power chords and play Blink-182. That's what I want to do. He's like, well, here, how about this? We'll give you an acoustic guitar and learn how to finger pick. And then once you learn to finger pick, you can do whatever you want from there. And he was so right. And I was like, okay, fine, this is boring though, but like it taught me a lot.
Nice. It's nice to have somebody
Yeah.
make you do something sometimes you don't want to do.
Right.
I know, right?
Yeah. And actually, some of the songs that I wrote are from when I was like 14 years old that I redid now as an adult, so it's kind of fun.
Different thing to say.
No more songs
This age
about
than
pizza
when
Yeah.
you're 14.
Right, exactly.
You say the same words, but it has a different
Yeah.
context.
So Eric, you started pretty young too, didn't you?
Oh, 12 or so, you know,
Yeah.
on the
Awesome.
drums.
Sweet.
Sure.
I'm about to have a friend bring his drum set to my basement, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, right.
That's my inspiration.
Yeah.
Every bassman should have a drum set.
Well, that's actually
Yeah.
a good question. When did you start music, actually? Like, what age?
I taught myself starting when I was 15.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I got a $50 guitar with strings that you had to lean into to change the chord, and that's how I learned to play guitar, and did that for a couple of years, and then didn't step out to play until I was like 35. So I was a basement musician without a drum set. That's why I never went on.
Yeah, see?
That's
What
cool.
it is.
Yeah, I didn't even start going to open mics until the last like couple of years now, and it's so fun though. It's like at first I was terrified. I just had a few drinks, and I was like, I'm gonna go to open mic. It'll be
Why
fun.
not?
and then I was like, all right, next time I can do better. And then I do it again, and now I
And
do
it's
it all the
just
time.
easier.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of guys that we played a couple of
That's
shows with out in Milwaukee that I actually did a show with this weekend, a different project, but they all met at an open mic.
Cool.
And that was the catalyst for this thing they've been doing for the last 7 or 8 years.
That's great. That's the great thing about open mics too, is that you
Yeah.
can see people all their different stages. There's no
Right,
judgment,
right,
and it's
right,
like
right.
everybody has their own journey and their own path. With with music and anything
That's
creative.
true.
And so it's so nice to see, everybody in their different stages. And then you get to see people again when you go back, if they are regulars, and you can
Right.
see their improvement and see them,
It's nice.
Well, thank you so much for all coming out.
Hey, thanks for
Thank
having
you,
us.
Yeah,
Crystal.
to us,
Thank you.
yeah.
Definitely. Thank you for having us, Talent
Yeah,
Jack.
absolutely.
And Talent Jack might actually, well, we'll talk about that later, but yeah. Talent Jack, there'll be people from Talent Jack there at our show, so definitely come out and get signed up. They're a great vehicle for artists who want to meet each other and want to play with one another. And we're on there now, so please, come and support.
Yeah. I signed up for about 8 different things on TJ's.
Yeah.
Sweet.
He's a multi-talented man, including the stand-up, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, Niall's an actor
And,
too.
and
Yeah.
he's very punny.
Don't get me started on those.
Thank you for watching the show for Talent Jack Search. You can sign up at www.talentjacksearch.com.
some recording. This is one of the tunes. It's on our Facebook page if you want to check it out. This is called I Can't Stop. It's kind of about not stopping. Hey guys, really great to see you. Thanks for coming. We hope to entertain you a little while yet.
A little bit. Thank you, family, friends. Thank you, Talent Jack. Talent Jack is actually putting on or filming our show, and they're a great resource for musicians. And then you sign up and you find other people, and then they do an interview with you. It's nice, it's awesome, and
Yeah, we get to make a fool of ourselves on
Yeah.
the internet, which the old school is, you know, kind of fun. Can I catch your eye? No, all you know is say. Can I read your mind? Can I walk away? If you're leaving, say goodbye. I don't need your looks and lies. With that look in your eyes, let me know. Think all the money, all the talk, leave me alone. I don't care if you think I'm a fool. You stuff that bunch of notes in my face like it's your own truth. Got you running wild in this race. You wanna take it all. I know you better than that, just like you said. Can I catch your eye? All you do is say. Can I go back where the feeling died? Can I walk away? If you're leaving, say goodbye. I don't need your looks and lies. With that look in your eyes, let me know. Thank you. Head of anime, right there. Raise your head on, bad girl.
This song I introduce anybody ever been to Missouri? Okay, great. Anybody ever been to Missouri? Okay, this is for you.